Division CRG in for Duval County, Florida is now in session. The Honorable Judge Valerie Cooper presiding. You may be seated.
And Mr. Smith is present along with his attorneys and the state, and we're here for a Spencer hearing. And the first matter is a motion for new trial. And I need to read the amended motion. Just a minute. I think the only addition is paragraph 12, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, I've reviewed the motion. Is there any argument?
Judge, I'll just rely on the motion, so.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Fletcher.
Your Honor, in regards to the motion for new trial, I believe all except for the amended addition were all ruled upon contemporaneously by the court. We would rely upon our previous argument memorandums that we supplied to the court in support of the state's position. As to the most recent addition, we would just rely on the fact that first and foremost it was an unobjected to comment, and two, that there is a miscategorization of a metaphor that the state used, analogizing the fact that the physical evidence spoke from the victim and identified what had occurred to her, and we believe that there is nothing improper about that argument and believe the motion should be denied on those grounds. In support, and we have discussed with defense counsel, I would submit as a agreed upon stipulated state's exhibit that I'll present to Madam Clerk at this time to supplement the record as to the claims regarding Dr. Rao's testimony. We are supplying a video of the entire testimony that was captured during the live stream. The record will not show on the hard record the visual and reactions that she had. I think the videotape supplements the record as to how she reacted, and it was not as characterized in a sobbing or breaking down fashion. She asked for a break, and I think that's demonstrated by what was captured on videotape during the course of the trial.
Okay.
So at this time, by stipulations, the party would submit that as it states exhibit for the purpose of the motion for new trial.
Okay.
No objection, Your
All
Honor.
right. Anything further?
There you are.
All right. The motion for new trial as amended with the new paragraph 12 is denied. As far as anything else that we're going to do today, I believe the defense had indicated they had a witness they would like to.
No, Your
Oh,
Honor.
no?
No.
Oh, okay. Before we proceed, let me place Mr. Smith under oath. And Mr. Smith, I just need to ask you, I know your attorneys have spoken with you about today's hearing, and evidently your final decision is you do not wish for anybody to testify at the Spencer hearing on your behalf. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct.
Well, is it correct or not correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's correct. Have you had sufficient time to talk with your attorneys before making that decision?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you need any more time to speak with them?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about that decision?
No.
Okay, and you understand then we'll proceed now with the state presenting some testimony?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I do, well, your age and work history, education, all that's clear on the record from many times I've talked to you in the past, but I do find that Mr. Smith is freely and voluntarily waiving the right to present any witnesses today at the Spencer hearing. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Khalil?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. If it would please the court, the first witness we would call would be Gerald Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson is an attorney representing Mr. Billy Giroux, the father of Cherish Periwinkle, and he has prepared a victim impact statement that he would wish to give to the court at this time.
Okay. And do these witnesses need to be placed under oath?
Your Honor, they can be.
Let's do that, just out of an abundance of caution, if you don't mind, sir.
I do.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkerson. You may proceed.
Thank you. My name is Gerald Wilkerson. I am Billy Giroux's attorney and friend, and I've been asked by him to read a victim impact statement here as he cannot be present. First of all, I would like to thank Melissa Nelson, Mark Khalil, Vanessa Wheeler, and all of the fine people at the State Attorney's Office for their amazing dedication to finding justice for my daughter Cherish. I would like to thank the court the staff, and finally, I'd like to thank GSO for their incredible work in this case. Also, I'd like to commend the defense attorneys, Mrs. Schlax and Mr. Fletcher, for their professionalism and acknowledge the difficulty of their job and their commitment to a noble profession. Unfortunately, I cannot be present, and I've asked my attorney to read my statement. I was asked to write a victim impact statement about how losing my daughter so tragically has impacted my life. As I sit here thinking of the impact this senseless murder has had on me and my family, I realize that there is no way that words can describe the impact of losing one's child. I'm fighting back tears as I write this, but I push through because this is the last thing I can and must do for my child. I never really believed in angels until Cherish came into my life. She was sweet, kind, funny, and pure love. She had so much potential, and the little time that I had with her on this earth was precious to me. Cherish was a light in my life and in the lives of so many people, and Donald Smith took that light out of this world. I used to wake up and think about our time together, the good times, when she would laugh, when she would throw her arms around me and tell me she loved me, when she would play with my son, her younger brother. I used to dream big dreams of a wonderful future. I would wonder, will she get married? What college will she go to? Will she have children? And now my life is filled with sorrow, dread, and nightmares of knowing she's gone, and especially how she died. How horrible those last minutes must have been for her. How she must have called out for help in this feeling when I wasn't able to help her. I had so many regrets that I didn't have more time to cherish, and I was looking forward to spending more time, especially that summer together. It all ended far too soon, and my hopes and dreams for Cherish and our special relationship was smashed on June 22nd, 2013. I remember getting up that morning and being so excited that I was going to pick up my daughter from the airport. I couldn't wait to give my little girl a big hug. Instead of a hug, I received the most devastating news that any parent can receive, that my child had been murdered. And in that moment, all of the dreams of our planned summer, and every summer to come, every day, every moment, were destroyed, taken from me by the actions of Donald Smith. Cherish isn't here to speak for herself. She will never again be able to speak or laugh or dream. And as her parent, I will never hear her voice or know her thoughts or see her grow into the incredible person I know she could have become. Her brother, grandparents, cousins, all of us will forever suffer from the void in our lives with her gone. Donald Smith took that from her, and he took that from me and all of us. And I never really believed in monsters. I do now. And forever the images of my child's last minutes on this earth will play out in my mind like a private internal hell that never ends. Respectfully, Cherish's loving father, Billy Giroux.
Thank you, Mr. Wilkerson.
Your Honor, in this statement also call forward Rain Periwinkle.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Periwinkle. We're going to place you under oath before you give your statement.
Ma'am, can you please state your name for the record?
Rain Periwinkle.
And if you could try to keep your voice up and speak into the microphone if you can.
Rain Periwinkle.
Prior to coming to court, ma'am, did you prepare a victim impact statement regarding your daughter, Cherish Periwinkle?
Yes.
Would you like to try to read that for us?
Yes. Honorable Judge Cooper, when I lost Cherish, I lost everything. My life was never going to be the same. I feel nauseous every morning. And there's no cure for the emotional pain inside me. The year after she was taken from me, I screamed and cried every day. I missed the simple things like brushing Cherish's hair and snuggling up on the couch and watching movies with her and her sisters, Destiny and Nevaeh. Cherish loved.
Go ahead, you can do this. Take a deep breath, you can do this.
Cherish loved cooking and enjoyed spending time with me in the kitchen, cooking dinner and making Kool-Aid. Cherish would play school with her little sisters. She would be the teacher and they would be the students. She loved reading to Destiny and Nevaeh, and they would color together for hours. The three of them would play in the rain with their umbrellas while I watched from the front porch. We all enjoyed playing hide and seek in the house together as a family. Cherish's birthday is Christmas Eve. That day in the holiday season will never again be a time of joy or celebration. When other people are celebrating Christmas Eve, to them it is Christmas Eve, but in my mind it will always be Cherish's birthday. Cherish used to believe Christmas was a celebration of her birthday, and all the fuss was for her, but Cherish would share her day with her sisters, and they would all get to open one present on Christmas Eve. Since she was taken from me, we have never been able to spend the holidays together as a family, and I never will again. Since June 22nd, 2013, my life has been turned upside down. I lost Destiny and Nevaeh and all my worldly possessions. I even lost my home. More than anything else, I lost Cherish in the most violent way possible. I will never get to see her grow up. I will never see her get married and enjoy life. He has taken that from me. And it can never be returned. I have so much rage. Inside of me because of what he did. I've never felt this much hatred in my life. I feel what happened has turned my family and friends against me. I see reminders daily of what he took from me. Every white van I see is a horrible reminder of what he did and how she suffered. Every school bus I see is a reminder of Cherish. Cherish loved riding the school bus. I would eagerly wait for her to come home to share her day with me. I feel the pain of losing Cherish every day. There's been 4 years and 9 months, but for me it will always feel like yesterday and does. The devastation of losing Cherish has never left me, and it never will. I love you, Cherish.
Your Honor, the state has no further evidence to present to the court.
All right. Anything further from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to give the state and the defense till April 26th at the end of the day to file any written memorandum that they feel would be appropriate for consideration for sentencing, and pass sentencing to May 2nd at 9 in courtroom 406. I believe that concludes the Smith case. The other cases that were on the calendar are all passed to April 18th at 9 in courtroom 405, and those parties have all been advised of that past date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll be in recess.